Have you ever stood in front of a slot machine, watched the reels spin, and felt like the game was literally laughing at you? You're one symbol away from a jackpot, the music is pumping, your heart is racing, and then, clunk, a near miss. The common wisdom is that these machines are rigged. We tell ourselves the casino has a secret remote control in a back room, or that the machine is due for a win because it hasn't paid out in an hour. But as a tech person, I don't like common wisdom. I like data. So I did the only logical thing. I built my own digital slot machine from scratch. I wrote the code, I designed the math, and I ran 10 million simulations to find the answer to the ultimate question. Are slot machines rigged, or is the reality actually much, much worse? By the end of this video, you're going to understand the invisible math that controls every casino on Earth, and I'll show you the exact moment my fair machine turned into a financial monster. This is the rulebook they don't teach you in the lobby. To build a slot machine, you first need a brain. In the IT world, we call this an RNG, or random number generator. Now here is the first everyday mystery that most people get wrong. You think the reels are spinning and the machine is deciding where to stop while you watch. Wrong. The second you hit that spin button, or even the millisecond your finger touches the glass, the outcome is already decided. In my code, the RNG is constantly spitting out thousands of numbers per second, even when no one is playing. When I hit spin, the code just grabs whatever number happened to be there at that exact microsecond. Let's say my RNG picks the number 449,212. My software then looks at a virtual reel map. It says, okay, 449,212 corresponds to cherry, lemon, 7. The spinning animation you see on the screen, that's just visual candy. It's a movie played for your brain to create suspense. The machine knew you lost before the reels even moved an inch. When I was building my version, I realized something terrifying. I didn't have to rig the RNG to make the player lose. I just had to change the mapping. If I have a virtual reel with 100 stops, and only one of those stops is a jackpot symbol, the math does the rigging for me. This brings us to another important term called RTP, or return to player. When I set up my machine's economy, I had to decide on the RTP. Most Vegas slots are set to around 90% to 92%. In simple terms, this means for every $100 you put in, the machine is programmed to give back $92. But wait, if it gives back $92, how do people lose everything? This is where the finance glitch happens. RTP is a long-term average. It's calculated over millions of spins. In my simulation, I ran a fair 95% RTP. In the first 100 spins, one player was up $500. I thought, wait, my machine is broken, I'm losing money. But then I let the simulation run for 10,000 spins, then 100,000. Slowly, that $500 profit started to vanish. Like a slow leak in a tire, the math began to grind the player down. The house edge isn't a cheat code, it's just probability wearing a tuxedo. The machine doesn't need to rig your specific spin, because it knows that if you stay long enough, the 5% I kept will eventually become 100% of your wallet. While building the visual part of my slot machine, I stumbled upon a piece of dark IT design. It's called the near miss effect. Have you ever noticed how often the jackpot symbol lands just above or below the pay line? In my code, I can actually program the reels to show jackpot symbols more often in the non-winning spaces. Think about how straightforward this is. If you lose by a mile, like a lemon, a bar, and a shoe, your brain says, I'm losing, I should stop. But if you see jackpot, jackpot, almost jackpot, your brain gets a hit of dopamine as if you actually won. In the IT world, we call this a false reinforcement. I coded my machine to tease the player. The math said they lost, but the UI, user interface, told them they were close. This is why you keep playing. You aren't playing against a machine, you're playing against a psychological algorithm designed to exploit a bug in the human brain. I decided to let my machine run for 10 million spins at a 90% RTP to see if a lucky player could actually beat it. I created a virtual player with a $10,000 bankroll. At 1,000 spins, the player was down $800. At 10,000 spins, the player hit a mega win and was actually up $2,000. This is what keeps people coming back, the variance. At 1 million spins, the player was down $95,000. The data was clear. The luck was just a temporary spike in a downward line. The machine wasn't rigged in the sense that it was cheating. It was rigged in the sense that it was a mathematical certainty. In IT, we say garbage in, garbage out. In finance, if the expected value is negative, the outcome is always bankruptcy. My machine proved that you don't need a rigged motor or a secret switch. You just need a player who believes in luck more than they believe in logic. So is it rigged? If by rigged you mean the casino decides who wins and who loses on a whim? No, they don't have to. They are regulated by IT auditors who check their RNG code every single year. But if by rigged you mean the game is designed to ensure that you cannot win in the long run, absolutely. The biggest mystery of the slot machine isn't the code or the chips, it's why we keep playing a game where the ending is already written. The next time you see those flashing lights, remember my 10 million spin simulation. The machine isn't due, it isn't hot, or it isn't cold. It's just a very fast calculator that is slowly subtracting from your bank account. If you want to see more everyday mysteries of IT and finance unboxed, hit that subscribe button. See you in the next video.